We're here to celebrate a very special anniversary.
20 years of Halloween on Church Street in Toronto.
We have so much more to talk about, so stay tuned for part 2 coming right up.
From the time I was young, I really loved TV, music, and movies, and even magazines. On the culture of pop, I have feelings and thoughts. Come along for the trip and we'll connect those dots. I'll tie things together that you might not know on a wild gay ride called Garth's Pop Culture. Oh!
Episode 8, 20 Years of Halloween on Church Street, Part 2. Don't miss Part 1, where Mr. A and I touch on the roots of Halloween on Church Street and cover our dragon cosplay adventures from the years 2004 to 2010. And that brings us to...
2011.
So we get Lucy again. So Lucy gets
I love Lucy again.
You were Afro.
Afro. I forget what the A stood for. I had 2 different costumes that year. They were both afros. One was black, one was pink. Oh, and we had Cleopatra with us, rocking the house down.
Oh, she's fabulous.
Super fabulous.
And we were fabulous.
Yes.
Also, I got to do a mashup performance at the party beforehand where I was Jem and Lucy.
And then tell me I'm in love. Tell me I'm in love. There's a melody playing, don't know what to do.
So, who did we meet out on the street? We weren't clowning around that night.
Oh, girl. Wow.
She's fabulous. And then Aladdin.
Wow.
If you want to get a picture with a shirtless guy in Halloween, Aladdin, checks it off the box. So, Aladdin, thank you. And then you met...
I met Winnie the Pooh.
Right. It was a real honey of a moment. And then you met, what's that, LMFAO?
I don't know, but I was really depressed that year because everyone thought that I was part of LMFAO and it made me sad.
Oh, no.
I hated LMFAO.
Or I met them, and then you met them.
Yeah.
So, Party Rock is in the house tonight. And then you had to stop right now. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Oh, but I met a Yip Yip, which made me feel better.
Oh.
If there's any way to lift your spirits, it's with a Yip Yip.
And then I believe this is Britney Spears from the circus era.
All eyes were on the center of the ring, just like a circus.
Uh-huh. And then Lady Gaga from Born This Way.
Wow. Don't be a drag, just be a queen.
Mm-hmm.
Gaga, ooh la la.
And then She-Ra.
Coming to get ya.
No, that's not the theme song. No, but this is our someone we met from GemCon, Chad, and he is a big She-Ra fan. And also, he was part of a collective that did an amazing podcast called Rebel Without a Closet. So I would highly recommend checking that out because they did some excellent work. And then we also met Batgirl. And then this moment is really Cruella. And then Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman!
And then it's never too early for Christmas.
All I want for Christmas is to see this picture again.
Right. And then Reboot. Reboot was one of the first major CGI cartoons in the 90s.
Oh, wow.
Then we ended the night with hamburgers, and I loved that.
Oh, but then...
These are some wild parties we went to between 2011 and 2012 at Diana and Mike's. You're looking very butch there. I'm looking butch because I believe I was trying to...
You were be a Wonder Boy.
Mark was fabulous.
Oh, he was wicked awesome.
The next year, you were a bear. And I was a Barbie princess with a Wonder Woman mask.
This was our experimental phase.
Right. But what I loved about that, too, is that you put on LaToya Jackson's I Just Want to Dance, and then a bunch of the straight guys had no problem dancing with us.
I just wanna dance until the morning light.
Which takes us to 2012.
Right, watch it. And so this year, I was just a fabulous lady. And you were...
I was Telma. T-E-L-M-A.
Tell me that again.
T-E-L-M-A.
And then we had Cleopatra and a ladybug and a cowboy.
Ooh,
Did they walk into a bar
wow.
together? Well, what I love too is that you were able to borrow a Cowboy Chris's hat, and then you had a whole photo session where you made it your own accessory.
I mean, if you like it, then you should have put a hat on it.
So, who did we meet out on the street?
We met a bumblebee, and it was a real buzz.
And then we met, and this is like...
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Bane. Batman is villain Bane, and Robin looking really terrified in the background.
Well, I think Robin's a little jealous because he wants in on that Batman and Bane action.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, can you blame him?
Oh.
Fabulous.
Yes. Showgirl Central with Santa. There's a lot of Santas coming up at Halloween, which is amazing. But I met a cowboy.
That looks like Woody again.
It does. It was utterly amazing. And then also I met a
Oh.
firefighter, and the importance of this is that was the year that I read the book Hothead by Damon Suede. That book touched my soul. You recommended it to me.
I was gonna ask who recommended that book.
So that book, like, really...
Wait, does he have a ball gag in his mouth?
No, it's a pacifier.
I'm raving about that picture.
So he opened up his shirt like the book Hothead opened up my heart, and I love that. And then Cowboy Chris and Cleopatra.
Ooh boy.
And then also Hello Kitty. Dead Mouse was there too.
But he was still alive.
Yes. And then
Wonder Woman!
And then also she brought her super friends with her.
Wow, that's a
Supergirl.
super picture.
And then the Rocky Horror Picture Show and Tron was there
Wow,
too.
it's like Tron in here.
It's Toronto. And then also Skeletor.
Skeletor!
Skeletor and Orko.
I forgot about the Skeletor. He was fabulous.
Oh, they were the masters of our universe. And then also this wonderful genie was like a leather man and a genie and fabulous. Like
You gotta rub him the right way.
Exactly. And then also I got interviewed by CNN that night.
Oh, wow.
And also this gentleman says,
Speaking of rubbing things the right way.
I hand rub my meat, and who are we to judge his preparation techniques? And also, I got to meet a devil and Two-Face.
Two-Face!
Two-Face from Batman. So again, the gangster vibes. I'm like, all right.
I mean, I just love all the superhero representation.
And then we met Zorro. Zorro and a pirate. And then, we met Fabulosity.
Were they like an angel and a devil?
I don't know, but they look fabulous.
They do.
And the person on the right reminded me of Christina Aguilera from that Video Music Awards performance with Britney and Madonna.
Where they performed that, fantastic song, Hollywood.
Well, even if you weren't gaga over that song, we're gaga over this look, and we have to take a sip. We're on the edge of glory.
Gaga, ooh la la.
Because we're hanging on a moment with you.
Is that the end? No, because now it's time for 2013.
Right, a truly outrageous year where I was Jem again.
Oh, Jem again.
Oh my goodness, and you
Oh,
were.
wow. I was pink like Penelope.
Right.
So, Penelope, I feel like this was a wig that I wore mostly for Pride.
Cowboy Chris wanted a handful of that.
Oh, wow. I got the Janet Jackson pose.
Right. And then Gabe and Jen showed up as Bob's Burgers.
So you remember Gabe from 2004. We absolutely love Gabe. We absolutely love Jen.
We were like, Jen is excitement. Ooh, Jen.
But they showed up with the Bob's Burgers costumes, which was everything to me that year.
And we had...
Shout out to Chantel as the zombie. Oh my god. Shout out to Indira too. She looks fabulous.
well, she's giving like a Bob Fosse cat.
I was gonna say it's very like Liza.
Yeah. I love that. And then...
Oh, Adam as the sailor.
Right.
We'd walk the plank for him.
So who did we meet out on the street?
A man!
Well, this is part of a contingent of actual firefighters. And so we met him, and I was all obsessed with Hothead. So like, oh my god, firefighters. And then
Marsha the cow.
And it was utterly amazing. And then you met another construction worker.
Wow. I had to put my safety goggles on.
Well, he looks like the kind of construction worker I watch in certain kind of videos. Speaking of the devil,
with the Tin Man?
that sounds like a movie, like a horror movie, The Devil and the Tin Man. Oh, and speaking of horror, we have the Ford Brothers.
Oh, wonderful. This was very Toronto.
And then
We
Chucky.
like all the costumes.
Chucky took a stab at it. Then the
Biggest
ambiguous...
gay duo again.
They came back. But then this picture I love because it's like the Justice League, and it's kind of like...
How is that the Justice League?
It's like a random... It's like when the Justice League assembles, but it's like...
It's like the third tier Justice League.
No, it's not.
Like when Superman's like taking a nap, they call the Ninja Turtles in.
No, it's like there's a Ninja Turtle, there's Captain America, there's...
Day of the Dead.
and there's a cow.
And there's Penelope.
And then, and I live for the applause. I give the applause to this next look.
You know what? You were just born that way.
Oh my goodness.
Gaga, ooh la la.
And
Oh, wow. This is like a fabulous Lucy.
I know, I love this costume.
This is like Lucy going to the Oscars or something.
Right, Glamour Lucy from her movie
Yeah.
career. And then we
The
needed a snack.
M&Ms.
We needed a snack, so we had some delicious M&Ms.
Oh, they were fabulous.
They really were. And then also I love this. It's Patsy and Adina. They were absolutely fabulous.
Absolutely.
But then Fred Flintstone was walking behind them, so I love that too.
It's just such a paparazzi moment on Church Street.
And you met a cool mom.
I met a cool mom that's very Mean Girls.
I love this one because it's another like mashup of random characters. Where
We got Mario and Robin.
and Snow White hidden behind Marcia.
Wow.
Oh, and yes.
wow.
And then this gentleman.
Let's just pause for a minute.
Yes, the pause that refreshes. This gentleman was gorgeous in his outfit, so I appreciated him bearing
And all of the clothes he was wearing.
He was golden. That's
Like
all we have
clothes,
to say.
singular.
And
speaking of clothes, singular.
There's a singlet for every occasion.
If
so-
you like it, then you should have put a mask on it.
And you were hungry that day. Penelope needed a snack.
Feed me.
And then
Wow.
Batman lost.
Was
his
it like
costume,
warm
too.
out that night or something? Like even I'm wearing fishnets, so
I know.
like I don't know what's going on. It must have been a warm night because nobody's wearing clothes.
And then we have the Ghostbusters with Joker photobombing.
Yeah, they were gonna bust something. That's for sure.
Oh, and then you met Frida Kahlo.
Wow.
So that's really cool. And also the historical references in these costumes. I love to see that representation.
Like the diversity of people in Toronto, there's a diversity of costumes. Like I don't even know what this person is, but it's fabulous.
It looks like the Lone Ranger and the pink robot.
Yeah, but who's the pink robot?
His new sidekick.
Yeah.
And this is interesting too. Protest costumes as well. Because this was the year that the president of Barilla Pasta came out and said, this is what CNN reported at the time. He said on an Italian radio station that he wouldn't feature same-sex couples in his company's commercials because he prefers the traditional family. So it was interesting to see this where they have the sign, anal penetration, no pasta for you. I love that they were able to reference the homophobia of what was going on. And then you met two of the superstars from the MTV Music Awards that year.
Yes, that was Robin Thicke and Miley Cyrus.
Right. They came in like a wrecking ball, and you were there to receive them. And then...
Oh, wow.
They came in like a storm, and they were gone in a flash. And then, classic Batgirl and a beautiful Pharaoh. So it was Pharaoh in balance. So I love that.
Is that the end?
No.
2014.
Exactly. So this was an interesting year.
Oh, boy. So this was one of your more conceptual costumes.
Right. So I had gone through a little bit of an infatuation with a dancer. It was a club for Magic Mikes. I'm not criticizing any kind of sex work because I believe sex work is real work. But in this environment, it did feel like I was in a one-sided situation where I had a lot of interest in this guy and he didn't have that interest in me except for my money. So I turned it into this look where money was pouring out of me. So that was me as a bag of money, and you were...
So this was my costume from GemCon that year. I was Jean César. My fabulous love of my life, TJ, had made this outfit for me. So in true me style, I decided to butcher it. I put a corset under it with my hairy chest. And there we are with Disco Chris and Chantal the zombie chef. And there we are with the skeleton.
Right, so we were having fun. And then who did we meet out on the street?
We met Wonder Woman.
And an army soldier who's really hot. And then we also met two of the Ghostbusters.
Yes, they were out there fighting crime. And it looked like it was raining that year.
It was. I have my umbrella, Ella Ella. There was a Maleficent moment, so that was pretty fabulous. It was Très Jolie. And then there was like Zombie Thing 1 and 2.
That's so Halloween.
And then we met Batman, and it's like, I believe it was Batman from Batman and Robin, because he had the bat nipples.
Very Chris O'Donnell.
Very George
Very
Clooney.
1995.
No, 97.
97.
97 was Batman.
Wow, I guess I was
Robin.
clueless about that year.
Uh-oh. And then we met some fabulous Carnival people.
Which takes us to 2015.
Right. And by this point, you're very familiar with this truly outrageous costume.
Oh, wait, are you Jem again?
I know, Jem again.
But that's not the real you.
What? And you were.
I was Dance!
Right.
So just so you know, Dance was the dancer for Jem and the Holograms. Oh, and there we are with the fabulous Alana.
Yes, she looked amazing.
She was the chair of GemCon in Toronto, and we helped her run that convention. But she was fabulous. I don't know what her costume was, but...
She was a lion tamer. She has the lion and the whip.
Oh, wow.
Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Then we were bananas for TJ.
Oh, TJ has a banana. We love TJ so much. Wow, here we are all looking fabulous. We've got like a prisoner with us. He doesn't want to be a prisoner.
And Chantal is a flapper. And look at that.
Oh, girl.
Get the pearls. And then who did we meet out on the street?
Oh, boy.
We met someone from American Horror Story.
Oh, that's right. That's from American Horror Story Hotel. That was Sarah Paulson's character. And that actually featured Lady Gaga.
Oh, my goodness.
I feel like we have to take a drink
sip,
and
yeah.
like, you know.
Gaga, ooh la la.
And who framed this next picture?
Ooh.
It
My
was
dad's favorite cartoon villainous.
Jessica Rabbit and Roger Rabbit. And then we also met Aladdin.
Oh, your favorite.
Stamp on a card. But you were really quiet about this next person we met.
Look at that game, boy.
And then,
Oh, it's the Flash.
right, he went by really quick. And then,
2 gems!
for the price of one. And when Pizzazz came along, she was embodying the Pizzazz energy.
What a misfit.
Exactly. And then you were on fire that night.
Yeah, we have to have the firefighter put me out.
Oh, and then Hello Katya. This is one of the first times I saw a Drag Race reference on Church Street. And then the Flying Nun came by.
Oh, wow. We really had a good habit of taking great pictures.
And then this was a great picture of, like, it's a Star Wars mashup with Marie Antoinette, and Marie Antoinette was clearly reaching for more than cake. And then we met Dame Edna, and again, Dame Edna has said some very problematic things in real life, so we don't approve of that. But up until a certain point, Dame Edna did represent drag to a lot of people who wouldn't normally be exposed to drag. So we take the good, we take the bad, and then we analyze it, and there we have the facts of life. But we needed to end with some wonder in our lives. And so Wonder Woman always represents progressive values and the fight for the greater good. So we were glad to lasso that in as our last picture of 2015. And that brings us to
2016.
Exactly.
Oh, and we've got a revitalized Wonder Woman.
Right.
It must have been a cold night because she's got her Wonder Jammies on.
And you were...
I was a variation of my Astro costume. This was another GemCon costume that got reused for Halloween.
So one of our traditions on Halloween is to visit Pegasus, which is an incredible bar on Church Street. And that's become one of our favorite places to go, usually the weekend before Halloween and on Halloween itself. And this year, you got a picture with the DJ, Peter Elie. Mm-hmm. And this is so poignant in retrospect because tragically, he was murdered in 2020.
He has that smile. You know, you walk in, you see him, he is the friendliest person you'd ever meet. You know, so when I heard the news yesterday, it was like a punch to the gut.
So I'm really glad that you got this picture with him. And now in the bar, they have this beautiful tribute to him behind the counter where there's some neon wings and they have a picture of him. And even in testimonials, people said that he always made people feel so welcome when they came into Pegasus.
And Pegasus is one of the few bars on Church Street where everyone makes you feel fabulous, and that's the point.
So who did we meet out on the street?
We met Olaf! That Elsa was pretty fabulous, actually.
Oh, yeah. The evening was super, man. And okay, I just have to pause and say about this Wolverine. Like, first off, I love a man in an undershirt. And secondly, he's giving this, like, 80s Bruce Willis vibe. So, especially in the next picture, I'm like, he's getting me to that, yes, sir, I will obey you, sir. Mode.
I just want to say that this picture is colossal.
This next picture is trash. Because it's Oscar the Grouch. And then we were clowning around in the next one. But I was just being a joker with you about that. This picture I love because you met a diva skeleton.
Oh, and I feel like this was the start of a tradition of seeing these giant skeleton heads everywhere we went.
And then there was a Wonder Woman! So it's always wonderful, especially to see other Wonder Women when I'm Wonder Woman. And then Little Pound Cake from Alaska's creation on Drag Race.
Oh, wow.
Also, Jem and the Holograms are back.
Wow.
So we got a picture with another Jem, and I always love to see that. And then also, oh girl, Freddy Krueger.
Ooh, another Colossum picture.
Oh.
But we also got Batman and Harley Quinn in here.
Right.
This is like another Justice League mashup.
It is. And then this is like the most epic collection of villains and people who are just posing with the villains.
It's a real riddle.
And then Zombie Flash and Xena, Warrior Princess.
Wow. Was there a Gabrielle that night too?
There should have been. And then I feel like this one, I love that we're doing the leg kick. We're like Rockettes. But then also the gentleman who's the cowboy, I feel like it's Brokeback Mountain. I want to say it's Brokeback Mountain. And so this next picture we have, I believe is based in indigenous traditions. And one of the things I love about Church Street Halloween is the way that people get to express themselves and represent their culture in what they're wearing and bring attention to it and have it be celebrated in a way that is so powerful and so important.
But is that the end? No, because next it's 2017.
Exactly. And
Oh, I've seen this outfit before.
Oh,
I've seen this wig before.
Guess who's back again.
So Jem was truly outrageous in 2017.
And
And so was Dance in a Jem outfit.
right, we had a party the weekend before with Chantel.
Oh, Chantel.
We had Chris in a fabulous lime green wig and TJ as Minnie Mouse.
Yes.
And then who did we meet out on the street?
We met a handmaid.
And she had a tail.
to tell.
Oh my god. And then also Zelda, who was there to save the day.
It was legendary.
Exactly. And then...
Oh, we met a Wonder Woman!
Right.
And that's, I think, our first Gal Gadot Wonder Woman.
Right, because the modern Wonder Woman was taking over at that point in
Yes.
2017. And then I wanted to say this is Carol Channing.
Oh, I thought it was another Lady Gaga moment, honestly.
We'll take a sip to Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
Gaga, ooh la la.
We have 101 reasons to love this next picture.
And none of them are Cruella.
Exactly, she's adorable. And then Harpo Marx.
Oh, wow, Harpo Marx was copping a feel.
Well, I love it because also Harpo Marx was, of course, part of the legendary Marx Brothers, and worked with Lucille Ball in a Marx Brothers movie and an I Love Lucy episode that's a classic.
So it's like 6 Degrees of Garth.
And there were other Marx Brothers there that night
Wow,
too.
that is so iconic.
Marks my words. I was not groucho about this moment, but I love that. And then also, this is fabulous because you have like Batgirl and the Joker, and we're both fabulous with them. You were the social media queen that night too.
So we saw Facebook earlier. Here is an Instagram.
Right, so you were ready to, put that on your socials. And then we had this big group that was the Addams Family plus Star Wars and Batman and a raccoon from Toronto. That's the best mashup we've had.
Oh god, that was amazing.
Spooky and it's scary.
Oh,
And speaking of
boy.
scary, then we had Patrick Bateman, and Jem is very shocked about this.
Yes.
We weren't clowning around about this picture either.
This picture definitely has the it factor.
Exactly.
Oh, wow, and then I met the whole Wizard of Oz crew.
Aren't we all friends of Dorothy?
Oh, we are indeed. We are. Oh, boy.
And then we met a Ninja Turtle and an old-timey cartoon character on the right, who's from, I feel like from Max Fleischmann cartoons of the 30s. I could be wrong.
I just have to say with this picture, if you look at the gem on my shirt, she's definitely looks like she's about to do something inappropriate.
Oh my goodness. Well, she's a hero and a half.
Cowabunga, dude.
Exactly. Then we met an incredible person outside of the Black Eagle. He was our hero. And speaking of heroes, these gentlemen were my heroes too, and I appreciated their costumes.
I mean, I don't know what they're dressed up as or undressed up as, but as they say en français, c'est l'Halloween.
Hey! And then,
there's one gem too many.
Well, I think this is Barbed Wire, Pamela Anderson.
Oh, you might be right.
Don't call her babe.
Oh,
And then
oh boy. I can count the reasons I love this picture.
Well, exactly. We're not robbing anyone of their joy. And then Paul Bellini.
Oh, from Fab Magazine.
Fab Magazine and The Kids in the Hall. I appreciate that. I appreciate Paul Bellini.
Wow, we got another Justice League moment here with Batman and Robin.
Right. So wherever the Batman and Robin are, Catwoman is not far behind.
And who's that with the Catwoman?
Looks like Dracula.
Dragula.
Oh, and then this is the Minion, and my mom loves
Banana.
Minions. Yeah, my mom loves Minions, so I felt like I took that picture for her.
And there's an Aquaman in the background, too.
Oh, there is. Yeah, there actually is.
There's an Aquaman.
And this was like, Cats, the musical.
Meow.
And also, we weren't clueless about this next picture.
Cher and Dion.
Right, and we're not talking Celine.
Oh
But this next photo is bananas.
my god, there's 3 bananas.
Exactly. And then...
Oh, Ralph and Kermit.
Yep. Oh, and then they certainly had a moment after that.
Miss Piggy was not in the picture anymore, that's for sure.
Yeah, this is the Muppet Show After Dark.
Oh, girl.
And then the Yip Yips came
the
by.
Yip Yips again. The Yip Yips are... I mean, look at the Yip Yips. How can you not smile just seeing them? And we didn't want to go home because we found E.T.
Right, but the reason this picture means so much to me now is because I discovered an amazing trilogy of books through you. You made another amazing book suggestion. So the Better Nate Than Ever trilogy.
Better Nate Than Ever.
Yes, by Tim Federle. It involves a young man who's discovering his sexuality as he auditions for a Broadway musical based on E.T. in New York. So the trilogy is so moving. I highly recommend it. So every time I see E.T. now, I'm going to think of like Nate in the books auditioning for E.T. the musical. And also, we have John Candy's character from Spaceballs in here too, just to add that je ne sais quoi. And also, we met Riverdale.
Oh, wow. So this is Archie After Dark, I guess.
And then Ursula.
Oh, wow.
We wanted to be part of her world.
That's for sure.
And then Mark.
We love Mark.
Yes. Oh, fabulous. And then Tron. And then Klaus Nomi was there.
Wow. Fabulous. Super fabulous.
Well, I love that too because another wink to gay pop culture history. So just knowing that people are representing that still is
representing
always so
the
important.
icons of yesteryear. And I mean, this was fab. This was also at Pegasus, I believe.
Right.
Yes.
And also, we met Shania Twain twice.
Wow. Yes. That impressed us much.
It did. Oh my goodness. So we saw these two Shania Twains dancing to a Deep House remix of Destiny's Child's Say My Name. And I don't think you can top the night after that.
No, we were definitely jumping after that pick.
Exactly. We have so much more to talk about in our recap of 20 years of Church Street Halloween.
To be continued.
Garth's pop culture. Garth's pop culture. Garth's pop culture. Garth's pop culture.
Hi.
Do we need to take a break? I think we need to take a break.
Hi.